An interesting aspect with regard to the study of Himalayan art is with iconography and looking at different deities, sometimes Buddha figures, sometimes bodhisattvas, and looking at the anomalies and possible inaccuracies or conflations or confusions that develop over time or were there in the beginning. Sometimes they were there in the beginning. So the example I'm going to use is what is commonly known today as the goddess Ushnishavijaya, a long life deity, often depicted along with Amitayas and white Tara. But Ushnishavijaya is not that easy. I mean, it's not that simple, it's not that clear. We have 5 or 6 texts in the Tibetan source texts called the Dharanis, basically. And 2 of these, for sure, describe, well, they all talk about the Dharani. The Dharani is a formula of syllables. It's for recitation. So the word Ushnishavijaya refers to this recitation formula, which is quite long. And then in 2 of these texts, which are taught by Amitayas Buddha. He is the main character, and so he teaches this long dharani called Ushnishavijaya, the crown ornament of victory. Ushnisha, crown ornament, Vijaya, victory, and it means a crown ornament of victory of all the Buddhas of all time, and it's a special Dharani formula, like a mantra. Dharanis are just a little bit older, a little bit more complicated, a little bit more meaning attached to the actual word Dharani. Mantra has many different types, but the word mantra itself isn't as complicated or nuanced, with layers of centuries of different meanings. But Ushnishavijaya is a dharani, but then Amitayas Buddha gives a sadhana for himself. And he describes the sadhana of himself as being white in color with 3 faces and 8 arms. Well, that's curious because that's what Ushnishavijaya has that. Well, that's right. And what Amitayas Buddha describes is what has come to be the goddess Ushnishavijaya appearance. And so when did that happen? When did it change from being male to female? All we know is that it happened in India prior to the popularity of Ushnishavijaya going to Nepal and Tibet and Mongolia and Inner Asia. But what's curious also is that in art, in painting and in sculpture, we find that there's a number of anomalies with the iconography, with how she is now depicted. And if we start with Har number 5147, then we find that the left hand, which is described as being in the gesture of removing fear, is actually, which should be upraised with the palm open, is actually placed over the left knee with the middle and ring fingers folded in. The proper left face, which is described as blue in color and wrathful, in this case is actually peaceful. Then with Har number 65445, we find that the Amitabha Buddha, which is held in one of the upraised right hands, is actually has the left hand in a meditation posture, but the right hand is in earth-touching gesture, which is unusual. But the Dharani text of Ushnishavijaya does not give any kind of description of how the Amitabha Buddha held in the right hand should appear. Now, for 69711, all 3 faces are in peaceful appearance. No distinction between them. For Har 77197, Amitabha, held in the upraised right hand, is in Sambhogakaya appearance, not in Buddha appearance. So he has long hair, lots of ornaments, heavenly garments, 16 years of age. Then we have Har 101323, and the Amitabha Buddha has the 2 hands in the teaching gesture. For the central figure, for the Ushnishavijaya, the proper left face is peaceful rather than wrathful. And then also the left I believe the left face has 3 eyes, and the other face is 2 eyes, and that's the same for HAR 3314425. Of the 3 faces, only the proper left face has 3 eyes. Now, the Dharani texts do not say whether or not, I don't think they say if there's 2 eyes or 3 eyes. So this is something that's been added later anyway. But it's very curious that there's all of these variations in appearance. But we'll leave it at that. So you can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can also go directly to the Himalayan Art Resources homepage and make a donation there.